Voice of Nagaland News te apni ange sobke swagat koreise viewers kan Voice of Nagaland News hotai din apni han lode alag topic laga opode jarja logina apni han lode ai dege aji ami kan Voice of Nagaland News apni han jani thaka laga opode NLTP Act 1989 laga opode Dr. Roland Lotha lode tai laga opinion hoti bole ai na se aro Dr. Roland doiledo apni hanbra sob jani thaka nisina tai do ekta philanthropist ase aro social worker ase do viewers kan IB ami khan tai lode tai laga personal opinion NLTP Act 1989 laga opode apni ange huda baji guna apni ange chanai dibo thank you so much sir Voice of Nagaland News ke time dia gane apni bishi thanks chanai de ase as you know etia debate chuli daga laga opode aro etia ami khan charcha chuli daga laga opode NLTP Act 1989 laga opode apni ge apni la personal opinion hudi bole aise jani daga nisna NLTP Act to implement hui gina more than 36 years ami khan ja dekhibo parise ami khan laga state te ami khan different opinions aro different CSOs khan laga bhavna khan bi hudi gina jai dege ta khan bra janai dia do isule do etia NLTP Act implement hui na thaka do itu phal bi ase holibi at the same hen itu NLTP Act to iledo biya kuri dia labi ami khan honibo parise etia ami khan jani thaka nisina especially Dimapur district te CSOs kan itu NLTP Act to Dimapur ra hatabo gani takhan mang kure ase aro on top of that takhan various stakeholders khan lode consultative meeting loabe ami khan tikhibo pare ase aro honi pa laga hinsap to issue ledo naga council bra headed kore gina committee form kore gina etia aha sal de holibi takhan representation do the state government likhibula ase gina do honibo pare ase do apni laga hinsap te itu NLTP Act 1989 etia thaka do iledo ami khan laga state kani itu phala ase na biya ase apni la personal opinion ke ase sir
NLTP Act 1989 is nothing but a complete failure and a scam. Itu Liquor Prohibition Act do hole in force ase hole bi mudu do hole sob jaga de Nagaland pai ase Nagaland bishi bak mineral water bekai thaga gona tade shop itu mudu bikai adulterated spurious liquor at an exorbitant price bishi dam de aru tade tawe bani itu toxic chemicals thaligina itu bishi dam de bikai ase aru tade ki health risks ase koile itu methanol thake methanol dole do itu indi freezing agent ase itu that prevents ice formation itu le do beshi ado toxic ase this can cause permanent liver and kidney damage aru doin hoigina edo blindness complete blindness edo tawai do hobole bi edo chance ase itu khali methanol hoigina isopropyl koigina bi ekta dade cleaning fluid de thaka laga itu ekta chemical thake edu kan dole beshi toxic ase gao garne itu khan considered gorigina ami khan Nagaland pi dusra country de kinga edu prohibition act do failure hoise ami khan pi edu khan saigina ami khan edu reconcile hobo lage jaga de ahibo lage kile mane the country like USSR former Soviet Union edu 1914 de edu prohibition act in force hoise only be it was unsuccessful rather bootlegging aru corruption edu khan bishi encourage hoise aru criminal gang war edu turf to dominate korikina dai khane supply koribo karone edu same thing Nagaland bi hoase That's why USSR also repealed Prohibition Act after few years of enactment. Aru etu United States TV 1920 de prohibition law do enforce korise. Olebi tate bi successful hoa nai. It only encourage bootlegging, aru gang war, criminal activities, corruption. Aru it also prevents quality control. Itu liquid oil itu health risks. Wado ami ki substance thake itu bi koi dise. Methanol aru isoprobal. Itu nimide ami khan naga manu jodi ekta two power block India the world de United States of America aru Russia nishna empire itu successful hoa nai gole tu Nagaland de ki karone eman tiri edu act ole julia se edu complete failure ase koi kina Finland de 1919 de employment hoise successful hoa nai repeal hoise Norway de 1916 de enact hoise edu prohibition to it will be failure. Itu kan ami kan sabo lage the first world country, European country, Western countries. Itu kan bi successful no gina repeal hoise gole to. Ami kan naga manu bi itu sabo lage. Asul consequence to ki ase gole to itu biya tawe pani khani mi de chemicals toxic khani mi de liver damage hoy aru kidney damage hoy. Ene kotha ekta kobo Mizoram de 1996 de idu prohibition act to enforce hoise to tade jaga de liver laga problem disease bishi hoise aru manu liver cirrhosis liver cancer garone bishi morje kondur jaga de olla bishi manu mori thakise liver cancer bora on a trial basis takan live korise. So the result was fantastic, phenomenal. Itu jaga after a few years, after 2 years, aru dakhan tade jaigina survey kori thaka to liver cancer, liver related disease related death came down to almost zero. Itu nimide Nagaland bi itu khan sabina. Civil societies hoy phal kam kore ase. Maybe we should look the other side of the world. Why prohibition is harmful for the society, for health risks. So Mizoram to 1996 te enforce kurado. 2014 they repeal kurishi do. Because they know that the consequence of prohibition is doing more damage than harm. Aru idia state revenue laga loss to noksang do hoye ase in terms of several hundred crores. Edu nimide itu poisa do ile to loigina government brought awareness the danger, the evil of drinking, drugs, tobacco. Itu kan laga evils. Itu laga awareness bi government brought jabo. Noile bi itu laga poisa bura development itu activities tipi itu invest koribo paribo. More than investing in development, investing in other awareness and healthcare. By lifting the prohibition, there are more positive advantage than negative, as I have just mentioned. Sabina, Gujarat TV 1960 de prohibition act do enact korise. Holy be, it's a failure. It's still in force. But you go to Gujarat, everywhere it is available in Gujarat, which means it's a total failure. Now, talking about Andhra Pradesh, I'm now coming to India. In 1994, Prohibition Act was enforced. It was a failure. It only promoted organized crime. It encouraged bootlegging. Bootlegging to kya ase kule to itu kitia itu prohibition enforced hoise America te, Netherlands te, itu Finland te. Put the itu whiskey khan scotch khan thalikina itu law enforcing agency khan ge hutwing korikina loija nimite itu homoi thora nimite itu port legging koi put pitore thalikina itu loija nimite bootlegging today in our context itu massive production of spurious liquor, black market for all these wrongful gain at an exorbitant price. So itia Nagaland syndicate hoise to tai kan bi etu syndicate khan pura supply kori ase. Now in many colonies in Dimapur or across the state, but let me just talk about Dimapur. Some of the village council, they are taking commission. The UG factions, the police, various organizations, youth organizations, they're involved. So, where do we cheat ourselves? If we cannot enforce prohibition, then why don't we officially lift it so that the health risks of those consumers, of the people, can be mitigated? You know, we all know that consumption of liquor is bad, but when you consume a toxic substance like methanol or isopropyl, I can that is even more worse. Itu nimide naga manu do kiman liver cancer, liver kidney problem olagi na amikhan mori ase. Itu amikhan naga manu bi itu khan suku khuli ase bula, especially the civil societies. And I appreciate what the civil societies of Dimapur is doing. You know, because they know, everybody knows, you know, and I know that it's available every nook and corner of Dimapur. Itu nimide, just as I have referenced, Gujarat, so they available ase. So better, you know, it is made available and regulated instead of encouraging the black marketers. See, like recently in Bihar in 2016, prohibition was also made an act. But the High Court has made a ruling that it is impractical, illegal and unconstitutional, and it is available everywhere. So where do we cheat ourselves? As far as I'm concerned, the church also should not interfere in the policy affairs of the state government. They should be more into salvation, good news, soul saving. They should try to, you know, spread awareness about the evils of drinking, taking tobacco, okay? And they should open a rehab center. They should establish a counseling centers and also conduct seminar periodically so that people abstain from drinking, you know, this substance, alcohol, drugs, tobaccos. But what do you try to enforce when you cannot do anything? And the church knows that they cannot do anything, and everywhere is available. Now let me tell you also one thing. During this Hornbill Festival, which is coming to a close, the government has partially lifted to that NBCC ki kuch. There cannot be two set of laws, one for the foreigners and one for the Nagas. This is nothing but hypocrisy. আৰু যদি এনেকা হইলে তাতে prohibition laga matlab কি আছে? That's why the church, as I have pointed, they should be very clear about their roles and responsibilities. The policy matter belongs to the government, and the spiritual, religious affairs for social change, for spiritual renewal is the complete responsibility, of course, of all individual, but more than the individual, the church. Eto nimide yade daikhan dilute korikina prohibition eto hole to daikhan enforce koribole bishi jor dia dole to wrong ase. Why? They can say that prohibition should be in place, or they can say that alcohol is evil, it destroys families, but should not just try to pressurize the government to enforce prohibition, which they know that it is a failure, a complete failure. That is why I'm of the view that prohibition should be lifted, and there should be quality control of this liquor to minimize health risks. It's not only about revenue of the state government, but the health risks of those consumers of the state, of the people of the state. I think this is something that the church should also take into consideration, and I appreciate what the civil societies of Timabur are doing, and I also personally appeal to the state government to take note of what I have spelled out and lift prohibition for larger interests of the state and the people.
Thank you so much, sir. Olivi, yade apni positive impact laga kotha korise. NLTB Act ile to hataile pala cheguna. Aro idula benefit ki ase edu apni an mi share kodise. Itia ami khan negative impact la kotha korbo. Ami kan saigina jaisugule to itu NLTP Act on the other hand saigina jaisugule to ekta negative impact pe thakibo nishina lagise. To according to you, any GD NLTB Act to hatai shugule do what should be the roadmap? Roadmap kina wole lage rules and regulation gan kina wole lage. Kiane sule do mohan naga manu laga atat ekta biya do hilo do. Ami khan do nutun saman pai shugule do tate hi खुशी जाएगी ना इधर ऊपर अमी खान ला निजोर ला लाइफ स्पॉइल हाबी अमी खान बिशी दिखे वो पारे ऐसे लाइक नागा मनो दो नूतन चीज आई शुगले दो अमी खान बिशी खुशी जाए तो इतु खान लगा रोड मैप जिदी खुली शुगले दो किना का बोलेगा अपनी लगा इन सब ते
इतु खुली से कोले दो as I have said it will have more positive impact than negative. I don't say that liquor is good. Neither I say that, itu live kurishi gule to alcohol consumption laga itu sickness to ile pura puri hatabo itu kuan hoy. Only be itu various liquor kan to check hoy jabo quality control hobo because the government will see whether the liquor is fit for consumption for people. Only be dia do idu laga nai. Aru school going children, aru college going students. Idu kan gitu hole do nati bo lage. Aru there should be a certain age, just like in other states. 18 years below, idu kan do hole do kunba state te do nati. Ame kan bi idu kan guribo lage. Aru idu hen hoy gina. Idu laga liquor laga timing. Say for example, in the evening, 6 to 9, enaga homoy de do. Kali month he not 24 hours in that time Indonesia according to what the government or some experts think that it will be helpful, productive, will be good for the larger state interest. I think itu kan do experts kan aru social thinkers kan itu kan who can make positive impact on following lifting of this ban. Itu kan dole to ekta bhavna ekta manula bhavna he noloi gina itu loi gina kinaga guri gina regulate guribo itu to guribo lage itu dole to ami appreciate kore asa apni la question to yeah it should be regulated
Sir, aro ekta hoti umun jai to since you have also mentioned regarding about this ongoing Hornbill Festival. Yadi ekta state te tuta loss chuli daga do ile do it be ekta thik na it be ekta bias nishina ase. To itia ami khan saigena jaishi gule do rules se ase NLTB Act te enaga occasion khan laga time de government khan ra khuli gina enaga foreigners kan gani doile do alcohol consumption doile do free ase aro 10 days kani doile do khuli gina dikhibo pare ase yade apni mention guri daga laga opote holibi yade churches kan itu laga khan do awas no thai gina whether rules se thagilibi itu la do ikun nukoi gina tahan ti samchu jo pose do what should be the role of the church in this NLTP Act 1989 tahan la role ki obolai
na itu church khan doile do edu homoy de bi kotha kobo lage to isor hole do khali foreigners aru nohole bi European manu negro laga naga laga mongoliat laga itu re sanai to itu isor laga sugude hole do sob igya ase to Nagaland ahe gina foreigners khan ke to nisa hobo dibo naga manu khan ke to eto nisa bora eto bachai dibo itu laga itu bhabna thagise gole do american church leaders khan bi to lob no pongcha nishna bi ase bola aru secondly khali hitu festival hornbill lagai noi gina government bora previously ido announce korise in certain hotels it will be made available edo allow korise already so some hotels are available readily available idole hotel tangor hotel de dole do prohibition nai to tate jaigna khabo bare to government bora licenses di gina se to chutu hotel khan dole do do licenses na die so how can there be two set of roles I think this is also something the government should consider aru edu khan dole do phal nai sarkar pura dole do lo do sob karne ekda banabo lage chudu manu khan karne ekda alag rule tangor manu karne alag ta rule edu government dole do edu bhabna kori gina edu bi wrong ase koi gina edu bhabna korile I think edu that will be something the government need to ponder
sir apni statement de kwa nishna it's a bitter truth every nook and corner ami khan any district te chailibi especially ami khan la Kohima Dimapur chumgudama nook and corner ami khan mutu to ini paije to saigena jaisugule do yade galti to huisugule do public la ka bhi galti ase individual la bhi galti ase CSOs kan la bhi galti ase aro government la bhi galti ase loopholes khan do aro yede churches kan la bhi ami khan loopholes dikhibo pare ase so itu each and every individual or organization khan laga responsibility ki hobo lagi
itu sabi actually the government is supposed to enforce the act only be itu beshi bhag to hole to UG khan bura thore aru civil societies khan women etu ho group khan bura thore aru tai khan destroy kori die of course everybody should cooperate with the government but nobody should take the law in their own hands jodi civil societies khan thore jodi etu ho khan thore they should hand over to the police okay the police should hand over to the excise department now this that were being confiscated should be auction eto destroy kura la meaning bi ko nai to destroy kuri se aru anibo destroy kuri thakibo I think this is ridiculous this is a very funny a responsible government or a responsible establishment eto kan dole destroy kura la meaning ki ase what message it is sending eto nimide there are states where wine are not banned to auction kori dibi na to destroy kura laga bi ami sai gina to this is a very funny exercise inanga bhabigina bi moe sa ase aru je etu khat khati de just Nagaland get par koribi na idu le available ase now ajikali notun highway bonai gina ase idu chumugudema city ma phale pora tade edia wine store tuida dinda notun khulise Sunday de hole do naga manubura line gorigina 7-8 baji ura church te bi man mondi gina নাযায় বোলা আমি খান নাগা মানুহ লাইন হৈ যায় ইনকা কৰি কিনা লৈ আছে আই আক্স ইয়াতে কি লাইন হৈ আছে একদিন আমি দেখি কিনা এইটো ৱাইন ৰখি আছে কৈছে বৰি মান নাগা মানুহ বেছি লাইন কৰি কিনা ৰখি আছে কৈছে হয়তো আৰু এইটো দোকান দে কমসে কম কেতিয়াবাতো 10-15 লাখ একদিন দে চেল হয় তো একদিন দে মান চেল হোৱা ওকে অন নৰ্মাল ডেজ লেটস সে 5 to 10 lakhs একটা ওয়াইন স্টোর বড়া তো কিমান পাই আছে লাভ একটা ওয়াইন স্টোর দে and who are the consumers nagas are the consumers without naga no liquor shop in Khatkati will survive and this money are going to Assam exchequer so where the government where the civil societies why the church eyes are not being open তো তাতে আমি খান কি কৰিব লাগে হিদুবি আমি খান ফাক লোৱা নাই খালি prohibition ইটো বেছি সুন্দৰ বৰা ফুল দি কিনা লিখি কিনা ৰাখি কিনা নাগালেণ্ডে prohibition state আছে কইলে নহব তো আমি খান জানে তো মুদু তো সব জায়গাতে পাই আছে তো কি লগা prohibition আছে it's funny I think it's high time that we open our eyes and we call spade a spade. Ito no hobo do. Ito prohibition no ito. We are making mockery of ourselves. And let us be realistic. Let us leave the ban. Let us regulate quality control of liquor. And try to make some, regulations as to when the alcohol liquor will be available. Do the consumers. নহলে তো আমি খান কিমান prohibition act তো enforce আছে prohibition act তো নাগালেণ্ডে চলি আছে কইলিবি গুজৰাটে 1960 দে enforce কৰি কিনে এতিয়া তাক available everywhere আৰু like Bihar 2016 হৈ যাব Mizoram Andhra Pradesh now it is very easily available but we don't see people drunk like in Delhi you don't see people drunk. Here, prohibition is enforced. But you go to Dimapur, most of 1 or 2 people you will see walking incoherently. Ito mudu khai kina. Ito kut bara pai kina kha ase. Aru most of the accidents are drunk and related. Ito laga hai no hoi kina mudu kha karne liver aru kidney khan health risks ho ase to damage ho ase to. Ito kan bhabi kina I think the government should lift this prohibition immediately and what the civil societies of Nagaland are doing it is absolutely correct. They are in the right direction. Initially prohibition was initiated by TNSU civil societies holi bi takhan bi etia to koase to prohibition fail hoise etia lift koribi I think the church should also come to terms and see the writing on the wall.
Thank you so much, sir. Ami hange Voice of Nagaland ge time di gina. Apni laga bhavna ki ase public hange bi olibi ami hange olibi janai dia gani apni ge visiting janai dia ase. Do viewers kan edu taise Dr. Roland Lotha philanthropist aro social worker. Tai laga personal opinion NLTB Act 1989 laga opor bi tai janai dise aro apni gan bi huni na thakibo. Enaga alag naga laga issue related te hulibi nile do society related issue khan de ulibi amigan Voice of Nagaland news apni han lode updates lugina aro ai thakibo to enaga alag updates pabole apni gan sai thakibi Voice of Nagaland news.